Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Uh, it's not really a happy Thursday today, but anyway, got word that Jerry Blakeslee had gone back into the hospital yesterday. Saw that his daughter was posting some updates, and then yesterday. Let's see, was it yesterday afternoon, early evening, something like that? She says, "Well, I'll be doing a live stream for an update." And I knew that just for some reason that just didn't sound good to me. And sure enough, I I missed the live stream last night because it was after I'd already gone to bed. And I got up this morning and watched it, and sure enough, he had passed away in the hospital yesterday evening. So rest in peace, buddy. Let's see who we got hanging out with us today. We have Lonnie is here, 66 and 98. Later in Geronimo, Oklahoma. That's pretty toasty. Thomas Grimm is in the house, 68 and 90, he says, in Illinois. Larry says, morning, everyone. 100 on the books for today. All right. Troy Pritchards, good morning. He says, thumbs up. Appreciate the thumbs up, Troy. Jim Sinicola is here. Good morning, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Darren Birds is here. Good morning, Darren. Gary Hammett, good morning. Leo Steger, 72, headed to 89. Gonna be one hot. Yeah, high humidity. Sean's here. Good morning, Sean. Clyde's here. Good morning, Clyde. Hope you're doing well. Monroe Cook is here. Good morning. Mark Lindsay says, looking at 56 with a high of 88. That's not too bad. Not too bad. That's workable, I think. Dennis Nolan in the house. Good morning, Dennis. Ryan's here this morning. How you doing? Got the shop looking pretty good. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Kevin Els is in the house. Good morning, Kevin. Troy says, so sorry to hear that sad news. Yeah, I tell you, I don't think it didn't surprise me. I mean, I maybe shouldn't think that way, but he's had lots of ups and downs, and I just felt like it was a matter of time, and I just didn't have a good feeling about when I saw her post stuff yesterday. Just I don't know what it was, gut feeling or something, but I just didn't feel good about it. Wade is here this morning. Good morning, Wade. JR is here this morning. How you doing, JR? Let's see. George is here. Let's see. What does he say? Today, as of 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Thursday, 30th of June, 89, 68. All right. Clyde says at 72, headed to 90. Yeah. Mark says, I've been working regardless. Can't let that heat stop me. Yeah. Just stay hydrated, my friend. That's about, I don't know what you do for hydration. I'm a big fan of water these days. I'm not, I used to drink a lot of other stuff, sometimes a cold beer. I've had a beer in the fridge that's probably been in there since before I had my heart attack. There's just one beer left in there. Never have finished that one off. And used to drink a lot of sweet tea and stuff, but now I've just really acquired a good taste for, and I'm not talking this, fancy pinky up bottled water. I'm talking just regular old tap water. which who knows what's in that stuff. But yeah, I really drink a lot of water. Of course, I pee a lot too. You know, that's kind of goes with drinking all that water. But yeah, stay hydrated. John Howard's in the house. Good morning, John. Man, I'm going to tell you what. I know you guys probably get tired of me talking about this, but every time I run something on that, let's see if I can get it where you can see that. When I run something on that, either one of those little Ender 3s back there, I am just so amazed. I'm thinking, man, these things run so good. They make it look like I know what I'm doing, and I don't. I just draw it up, slice it, pretty much the same settings all the time. Throw it over there and hit the button, and it just lays it down. Just lays it right down. But this one might be my final one. I wasn't going to run it until I got the other parts, and then I thought, well, they take, it takes about almost 16 hours to run this. So I decided to go ahead and run it. And I've got I don't know if you can see that right there. I've got the little hole for the flange on the little Acme nut. And then I've got a spot on the other side where you should be able to poke the other half in with that spring and hold it while you're putting it in. So I hope that's going to work. I'm real happy with the way the bearings press in there, the way um, let's see, I guess if I show it right on my head, that's best play. I had left this part off, this little curve, and I need that for when you put this on, you need that motor sticks back a little bit, so you need that little bit of clearance. So I think I'm good to go now, as soon as I get my parts in. So but yeah, just super, super stoked with those Ender 3s. I swear that every time I run it, I'm like, you know what? I know there's going to be one day I'm going to not pay attention and let it go. And I'm going to come back here and it's going to be a big wad of spaghetti and stuff. But they just keep on laying it down. I love them things. Love them. Wade says, my beer goes skunky. I don't think I've had one this year. Yeah, I haven't had one. I'm pretty sure I haven't had one since probably well before the heart, because even before the heart attack, I wasn't drinking much beer. You get out and you do something in the yard and get hot, good cold beer tastes good, but I don't know. I not so much anymore. I got to the point where I'd just rather have something like water. But yeah, thank you, Wade. I'd love to say it was something I did, but it's not. Like I said, I just keep doing it. Oh, and by the way, if you probably can't tell, Landis was in here yesterday and he was talking about, he had asked me how I change spools or filament in the middle of a thing. And sure enough, I had to do that yesterday. I had black back here on both of these, and I kept coming back here and checking this one, and about 8 or 9 hours in, I thought, that thing's not going to make it. So I kind of looked to see how much was on the spool, and I estimated how long I thought that would take. And then I told my Echo Dot to set a timer for that much time. And then when she reminded me, I got up and came in here, and sure enough, it was just about to come off the thing there. So I went ahead and I had another black right here that actually had a lot on it. So I had to swap it out. And of course, like I said, it makes me look like I know what I'm doing, but I just hit resume, swapped it out, hit pause, and then come back and hit resume, and it takes back off and doesn't miss a beat. Worked out great. And then I took, and you probably can't see it, but right up here, you might be able to see that there's some gray. Because what I did is I took that gray that's been wound funky, and I went and I put it over here on this thing, and then I took with my hand that spool, and I was trying to re-thread that gray on a spool. And I did it, and I got about that much, and then it got to where it was all tangled up. The stuff I was trying to pull was buried under a whole layer. So that spool had obviously not been wound very carefully, and it ended up breaking. So I thought, well, what I've got on this spool so far uh, now looks like it's straightened out. So I put it on there, and I ran a couple of little things. I ran a bunch of these little standoff things, um, which, man, those things are really handy for, you just need a little standoff or something, a certain size, boom, just a few minutes you can get it. And then I also ran one of these, and I got I got to looking at this, and I thought, well, isn't that cute? Just a little bit, a little bitty old NEMA 17, and I even put NEMA 17 on the. You probably can't read that. NEMA 17 on the side of it there. Made one of my old style spacer blocks, but yeah, so the gray, at least I'll be able to use a little bit more of that gray up. That other stuff over there, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and toss it because it's just not worth fighting with. But thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'd like to say it's all me, but it's not. I just throw it on there and push the button. That's all I do. And yes, that is a new Z-axis for the that little 3018. And the big difference, of course, the other one's on it. The big difference is where this is here would be down here. I basically moved this up 2 inches so that you get more Z travel, because it's hard to set the it's hard to set the zero and all the stuff. And then, you got to be careful and make sure you have in your software, which in my case is VCar Pro, that you don't tell it to go too high up as your safe Z, because when you do, it'll go up there and bang it. And I keep worried about it breaking it. But so I decided I would fix that by making my own that has more Z travel. So that will be a mod I will be doing to that little 3018 that I got. Wade says, I fight my CR10 Pro. Let's see, CR10S Pro constantly. Yeah, they're no fun if you have to fight them. They're really not. But I've either been extremely lucky or a lot more patient with them this time, because I still think the secret is trying to get that bed right. And I have even on something this big, I have changed the setting in my slicer. Creality slicer is what I'm using, and I tell it to do 6 skirts. Now that's a lot for something this big, but I found that it's worth it, because as it's doing those skirts, you can really check and go, okay, it's not quite laying it down on that corner, so let me bring that up a little bit or something like that, or it's squishing it too much over here. And you can, like I said, I leave it set at 6, and it takes a little longer for something like this to put that many, things around here, but it gives you plenty of time to really check and make sure it's going to lay it down right. And then, of course, if those lay down right, then when it moves inside and starts doing the actual part, I just look for the first, you know, outline or two, and then I'm like, yeah, it's good, and I go off and do something else, and it's working great. Let's see. Lonnie says, Wade, I have my CR10S about 3 years. Spent the first few weeks tweaking it, and now I use it 40 hours a week from PLA to nylon and love it. Yeah, I don't know anything, but I just think you really have to be patient with them and get that bed working the best you can. And if you got something that's where you can't get it fixed because it's warped or what, replace it. Get something else and put on there. Either a piece of glass or one of the magnetic things or whatever. Yeah, Landis says, changed mine out yesterday per your instructions. It was really easy. As you said, love the printer. Yeah, you just have to be careful, or I do, is because like I said, when I pull it out, I'm holding that spring on that extruder thing, and I always worry about putting too much downward pressure and moving what layer that's on. And then because if you get it moved, you're probably screwed because there's steppers. There's no what do you call it? The feedback stuff where it knows where it's at. Once you move it, it still thinks it was where it was. So you have to be kind of gentle there. Mark says, are you going to make a video on the tweaks and mods you've done to the 3018? I probably will. It probably won't be it probably won't be a quality video, but then you didn't ask me that. You just said, am I going to make a video? I just got where I hate making videos these days. I hate it. I don't like them. I just really have a disdain for getting out there and trying to shoot a video and then having to edit it and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I probably will. I'm not going to do a step by step. Here's how to do this or that. I will probably snap pictures. That's kind of the way I like to do it these days because it's just easier. Snap pictures or either little short video clips and kind of narrate as you put those in the proper order stuff. But now I'll do a video of some kind. But let's see, what is this here? Ron says, does a bear poop in the woods? Yeah. Well, I started a video the other day and I didn't even go back out there yesterday. I got busy doing other stuff and I just not a fan of making the videos now. Clyde asking Ryan if he got his wall done. He got a lot done yesterday, according to the face. Let me see if I can pull up those Facebook pictures. What is show off Ryan's fancy shop here? If I can get it, if I can find where he put them, I can probably find him pretty quick. Popped right up there. Yeah, there we go. Let me show off your shop here, Ryan. There it is. Looks like that's half of a back wall, I guess, at that point. And then there's another picture, I think, here. Oh, yeah. Looking really good. Looking really good. I like that. Well, I guess I'd say color choices. I don't know if you chose those or if that's just the way it come, but I like that. That's going to look really awesome. And I cannot wait till you get the scoreboard hung up in there. That's going to be yeah. Thank you, Clyde. No encoder. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, I can't wait to see the old scoreboard lit up in there. Let's see. Lonnie says, Wade Constance, I have Micro Swiss hot end direct drive kit, and most important add-on was the BL Touch kit. Yeah, you're one of those guys that likes to do the upgrades and get them um, really running out. Of course, you're probably using yours for to make money. I just use mine to play. So, and don't ask me about those BL Touch or Creality Touch things. I don't want to talk about those. Uh, I'm not a fan of those things. Especially, I can see where they'd probably be pretty nice if you had a bed that was pretty good size. I can see how they would really be helpful, but on one this size, it's not that hard to get level anyway. I don't think. Let's see. Let's see. Marcelo's here. Good morning. Mark Lindsay says, the reason I ask is I have a subscriber who bought a 3018 for his son. Awesome. That is awesome. And I referred him to your channel. Yeah, I'm probably, like I said, they won't be what I call quality videos and how to's and stuff, but I will do videos and again, it may be a lot of short video clips and picture type stuff with a little narration showing the stuff that I run on it and whatever mods I do, uh, which isn't going to be much because they're, you know, I don't, some of these guys to me, I think go a little crazy with these things like people do with everything. You know, they get one of these inexpensive 3018s and then spend 3 times as much as what they paid for that, putting all this stuff on it. I'm like, why don't you just buy a little nicer CNC? you know, uh, buy a little bigger one to start with, then, or something. I don't know. But anyway, I will no doubt start a separate playlist that's all about the 3018 stuff. But yeah, hashtag affiliate links. Yeah. Well, I have, I put a few of those in the live stream, the unboxing and assembly live stream that I did. And I hadn't looked to see how well those have performed, but I've had several people tell me that they got one and used my link to get one of those. And as far as I know, let me go look. I think those things are still I gotta scroll way down now because I bought a bunch of stuff since then. Heck, it's on another page. Here it is. These things, yeah, they are still $154. And it's Amazon Prime 1 day, so I could order it. I could order another one today and have it tomorrow. And I have been looking at like I need another one of these things, but I have been looking at the other one that's made. It's still called a 3018, but they're made differently. It's the where is it? Any other time it'd pop right up here. But it's the Moforn, I think, company brand. Yeah, naturally it's not coming up now. But anyway, it uses aluminum extrusion, 2020, I think, aluminum extrusion as the uprights, and then it has like these injection molded I don't know why that thing's not popping. Any other time it would pop right up. Okay, yeah, here they are. Let me show a shot of these. And these are only 179.99. But the thing I don't like about this, if you look right there, it's got kind of a really cheesy, it doesn't have the ER11. It's just got a little thing where stick them in there and tighten the and I don't like that. So I would have to replace that motor. But here, if you look, somebody's asked me about the Z axis. You can see this one, the one I have on mine is gray, but it's basically looks exactly like that. So you can see that where the bearings are that run on the X rails, they're at the very top and the bottom. And then on mine, here's the two holes for the bearing. Then I've got another 2 inches up here of Z travel. But anyway, Mark says he's mainly interested in homing limit switches. A slideshow of pics it just fine. Yeah. I am going to be putting those on. In fact, I may be putting those on today. I did mess around the other day, a couple of days ago, and got my little hockey puck touch probe thing. That's working, but I haven't put the homing switches on there. But I'm only going to put 3. I'm not going to put them all over like some people do. That's just too many little wires and stuff running everywhere for this little bitty thing. And I don't need them as limit switches. I just want to be able to home it so that I can go right back to a certain position each time. Let's see here. Lonnie says, I only use mine to make parts or jigs for myself. With that BL Touch, I almost always have a great first layer with TPU and Nylon X. Yeah. I have not tried anything else with these two. Now, I did 4 years ago, but I have not tried anything else. And that's one thing I wanted to ask you guys that have 3D printers and use them a lot. I saw Sean in there earlier. I wanted to ask you about, is anybody using some kind of a 3D printer enclosure with their machine? Because I got to thinking I'd like to try one, but I don't know what rather than try to build one, because plywood's flammable, so that I don't know if I want to do that. But I see you can get for about 50 to 65 bucks or so. You can get some that'll go over an Ender 3. And they say they're fireproof. They've got it's a tent type thing. You put up a frame and then it's got some kind of a tent, but it's supposedly made out of some kind of fireproof or fire resistant, probably, material. I wonder if anybody has something like that and how well they work if they do have one. Mark says, I wonder if they make a board to run 3018 with Mach 3. Yes, they do. They sell. In fact, I bet I can. They make one with and here's one. This is the Sane Smart. It says right here, Jinmitsu CNC router machine 3018 Pro Ver. That's this version that comes with these little side plates and stuff. Basically, you take those side plates off, and it looks about like everything else. Although I think these are aluminum. That's why this one's a little bit more instead of the Bakelite. But it says Mach 3 with Mach 3 control. They have let's see if I can find it. If I can find a picture. Let's see. Yeah, see, it comes with a little, looks like a serial port where you can connect a manual pulse generator. This one looks like it comes with all the limit switches or homing switches, the Z. That's why this one's more. It comes with all the stuff. Uh, but then it also, let's see if I can find it. Usually, well, if I read this, maybe I'll. Yeah, there's a special board you can get. Um, let's see if I do this. There's one you can get that will run Mach 3. It's about 50. Okay, looks like this is one. It says Mach 3. But anyway, you can get a board if you want to run your 3018 with Mach 3. And they do sell one as a complete kit like that. That's how it works. You use Mach 3 with it. Um, so Sean trying to get the jump on things. Have a great day. Yeah, you never know because you might hear my timer go off and go, oh, let me go ahead and put the sign off on there, and then next thing you know, I start blabbing some more about something. So I think I actually got a late start because I was sitting here daydreaming about something, and I looked over and I'm like, oh, I'm about 30 seconds past time I was supposed to hit the button. So yeah. Yeah, I got all kind. I'm telling you, Mark, those little things are really very popular these days, and they making everybody's getting in on the game. All these little Chinese manufacturer stuff. You know how it is. Somebody makes something, and the next thing you know, there's 14 of them just like it, only with a different brand or something like that. So Klondike says a mini grow tent work great. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm wanting to get one, but it's not like I'm going to be printing a lot of ABS, but I thought, well, I'd like to try it. And I thought, well, maybe if I get one of these, Creality makes one that's, I think, $65, and it's in fact, it has the Ender logo and stuff on it. And then Comgrow makes one, and that's where I bought these Ender threes from their Amazon place. They make one that's just kind of a generic one. It's like $50. Um, but I thought for that price, I thought I might buy one and try it, and then get me some ABS and try to. Uh, Wade says, "Couldn't you just wire your own controller like I do with NEMA 23?" Yeah, I got several of them I've done myself, but for this little 3018 NEMA 23s would be way too big and heavy for those things. Uh, Mark says, I have 5 computers with Mach 3 loaded on them, too lazy to learn Gerbil. Well, there really isn't that much to learn about Gerbil other than you have to know what those settings are. It's all, instead of going to like Mach 3 and go to the general config and the ports and pins and all where you're putting in numbers. It's really, you just have to know the dollar sign number, whatever, and know what that is. It's really not that hard. I mean, I can do it, so that should tell you it's not that hard. Larry says, "What is the cut area on the 3018?" The name 3018 means that it's 300 millimeters by 180 millimeters, or 30 centimeters by 18 centimeters. And that means the table is about 11. We measured this once before, I think. It's under 12 inches, I think, 11 and 3/4 ish by 7, just a little over 7 inches the other way in the Y. But I think the cutting area is especially if you add, yeah, there we go. Mark's Johnny on the spot with the calculator. About 7 by 11 and 3/4, basically. And then I think you might even lose a few millimeters more if you put on homing switches and stuff like that. So it's really small, but it's perfect for like making PCB boards, engraving little metal dog tags or something, that kind of thing. They're perfect for that. Uh, and I may get into doing some of that stuff later on, but yeah, needs a 10 by 12. Well, you can get, you know what, we're talking about 3018s here, but they have what's called a 3040, which is now 300 by 400. So you can get them and you can buy the extension kits for the, I'm telling you, there's all kind, I'm just amazed at all the stuff that's available for these little, I'm not going to say dinky. I got to quit saying that. Little inexpensive machines. And they must be selling them or they wouldn't make them. So, uh, you know, anyway, all right, my time's up. I've run over a good bit here. Let me get out of here and I got to check my Amazon deliveries. I think I got a couple of things coming today. I think one of them is the thing to test this out. So hopefully all that will go as planned. And yes, Mark, there will be some kind of a video thing with pictures or video clips or something showing what I do. Anyway, Leo says, great show today. He's at work and can't comment much. Well, don't get caught watching at work. All right, let's wrap this one up and get out of here. Everybody have an awesome Thursday, and we will be back tomorrow, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise for number 515. Have a good one, everybody.